Why is it so difficult to start? Why are we scared of starting something new? What are those fears and where do they come from? Can they be dealt with? Is it possible to move beyond these fears, or will they have to have a grip on us so tightly that they always run our life? What is the opposite of fear and how can we handle such situations? Maybe we'll see what comes up, but we'll try to understand these concepts through the first recipe audio of Videha Bhav. Never mind. So we are scared of starting because there is this fear of making mistakes. That is very apparent and evident. It is also something that all of us go through, because there is this fear of, what if I look like an amateur? What if I look like someone who cannot do things really well? I will make mistakes, and what if I look down upon myself? Which is the bigger fear than what if people look down on me. Then there is this fear of, what if I fail? I make mistakes and I fail. With not trying, there is a space safe enough to have said, oh, I didn't try, so I didn't succeed. But when you try, you allow space for failure in the sense that I tried and it did not work out. That can trigger some of our inner wounds of not being enough, or not doing enough, or not feeling like, see, I didn't have it. I tried it, I was stupid. If I wouldn't have tried, I would have at least not failed, So there is this fear of trying and then failing, which makes us feel very inadequate. Then the biggest of all is the fear of success. Sometimes we are not even scared of failing, we are scared of succeeding. What if it works out? If it works out, do I have what it takes to continue this success? Do I have what it takes to be consistent through the hard work? If I start digging, what else will come up? Also, all of these fears around success are something we have subconsciously picked up from our surrounding. We have seen people treating quote-unquote successful people as outsiders, or as being treated as someone who has changed, or someone who does not carry the same qualities that makes them feel belonged in a group. Sort of people who have crab mentality. All of these understandings make us really, really scared of success. It makes us think that if we succeed, we are going to lose certain things. But that is quite literally the entire point of it. When we succeed, we are going to lose parts of ourselves that were stagnant. We are going to lose parts of relationships, if not entire relationships, that refuse to move forward with us. And it is difficult to move forward with someone because you have to grow yourself in an attempt to stay together because the other person is already moving. So it is difficult to grow, it is difficult to look within and allow space for growth. So we are scared of losing all of that, but we are also scared of self-sabotaging our own success. There is this fear of, if I succeed and things start to get good, because our nervous system is not relaxed around the idea of success, because reaching that state requires so many efforts and time and all of the work that it requires. We are sort of scared of going through the process because it will make us feel like it will require so much work, and there is already so much exhaustion from all of the past life experiences. There is already so much pain and tiredness from having tried and failed in the past, that to be able to try again for something requires hope. Hope is not easy, hope is not simple, hope is not all yellow sunshine, roses, pink. It is extremely painful to hope. It is extremely painful to believe in something better. It is extremely painful to keep going when there have been times where we have hoped without thinking and it all led to nothing. So past life experiences sort of ask us to give in to the pattern of that is how it has happened, that is how it is going to happen. How can you be so stupid to think that it could have changed? That there could be something that could happen differently. How could you be so stupid? But there is a very fine line between stupidity and courage. People who call you stupid or people who call you courageous are not because you have done something differently. It is because they are different. They are looking at it differently. If an exam has 1% success rate and you try and you fail, some people will say you're stupid because how stupid of you to even try. But some people will look at you and say, how courageous of you to even try even when you knew there was only 1% chance of success. So maybe we should allow space for different things, Maybe it can happen differently. Maybe we have failed in the past, but maybe this thing can work out. Maybe there can be different people that we come across who will allow space for different perspectives. Maybe new neural frameworks can start taking ground in our brain rather than repeating the same old patterns. Maybe life can take a different path this time. Maybe, just maybe, all of this can work out in a way that will not necessarily be easy, because walking on a path of self-growth and change and trying to be hopeful and breaking cycles, it is anything but easy. But maybe this difficult this time will be worth it. Just because it is difficult, and I understand, difficult is something we do not want any longer. There has been so much pain and there has been so much exhaustion, and the exhaustion is bone deep. But if and when you allow space for rest, and even when rest doesn't feel easy, when you allow space for rest against all logic and allow yourself to completely be surrendered in the present moment, there will always be space for something new to bloom. When we clear out space, there is always going to be something else that is going to take its space sooner or later. So maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but starting something new whenever is your season, whenever it happens for you, whenever it works out for you in a way that brings you ease. Because things in this process, some of these things are going to be difficult and some of these things are going to be way easier than you think. Starting it is going to be the most difficult thing you can do. To break the inertia of rest, to start something in motion, to put something in motion is extremely difficult. But to continue it is way easier. To get through the mental blocks of, can I do it? Will I be able to do it? Is it possible for me? Am I the correct person? Do I have enough qualities for it to succeed? Is it going to work out? Maybe parts of it will work out, maybe most of it won't. But maybe this time, rather than exhaustion, you will have a new recharged perspective on life. Maybe this time it will make you meet people or have experiences that will make it easier for you. It will be easy in the sense that whatever is natural for you will come easy, and whatever that is not yours essentially, parting ways with it will be difficult. Leaving it will be difficult. Letting go of people and processes and habits and situations that are no longer serving you is going to be difficult. The more you keep walking on this path that you have started on, it is going to get very difficult to deal with parts that you are really, really stubborn about. Parts that you are very I am going to hold on very tightly to these parts because this is all I have known. And that is a valid reason to continue. There are parts of us that are still going to make through the bridge, but most of it has to go not because you were stupid or not because you were less than or not because some other version is superior, but because that is the season of life. Some leaves are going to go away, but not because it is it is not important anymore. It had its own season. Leaves were blooming and they were green, but now they are yellow at this point and it no longer serves your purpose. An umbrella after a rain is extremely useless. Even when it served all of the purposes, an umbrella after the rain is over feels like a burden. Where do I put it? Where do I keep it? I can't continue with it. So maybe moving forward in life, I hope you are brave enough to choose yourself. I hope you are brave enough to choose space for making mistakes, because mistakes are inevitable. But maybe when mistakes will happen, you will choose to be gentle with yourself, that this is a part of the process and this is not something necessarily that negates my presence. It is not something that says I am not enough, but it says that I am within the process of progress and I am going to move forward. I am going to keep on learning and I am going to keep understanding that this is how life is supposed to be. I am going to learn as I go, and maybe this time, if I allow enough space for rest while I am moving through it, maybe this process can be sustainable and maybe I can continue it. God knows what lies ahead of this, what lies across the bridge. But maybe the journey is the entire point, because maybe the journey never ends and we have to keep going as we keep going.